It's Jamie J, the Classy Cheapskate, and I'm going to show you how to draw a rose. You can use any ordinary pencil. I just happen to have a pack of 3 pencils here that are labeled HB and HB. So what do the letters mean? Well, H you can consider a hard pencil, so it's not going to have as dark of a stroke when you draw. A B pencil is, I call it black, B for black, because it's the darkest, and then HB combined is right in the middle. So you have kind of a normal pressure, but B is the blackest stroke, but you can use any ordinary pencil to sketch a rose. I'm going to start with a regular pencil, HB. Now you can hold your pencil normal, like a normal person would hold a pencil, but I hold mine in a strange manner. I hold it like on the middle finger, and it looks a little deformed, but I find I have the best control when I hold it this way. You can hold it any way you want. But anyways, just start with a little darkness in the center of the rose. And then you'll just want to kind of draw a swirl coming out from it. Just going to draw kind of a C shape there. It's very dark in the center of a rose, so I'm going to kind of color that in. We're just going to start with the outlines, so I'm going to draw the next petal. I'll just start here. There's really no rhyme or reason. I mean, you can draw a rose in many different ways. This is just the way I'm going to draw it. I'm going to go all the way, probably 3/4 of the way around, and connect it back. And then for the next petal, I'm going to start here and just make a nice swooping petal all the way around. I'd say you go about 3/4 of the way around with each petal until you start getting out to the bigger petals, and then start going maybe halfway around. So this one I might kind of just go halfway. And then with the next petal, same thing, I'll go about halfway around. Maybe I'll start right here, go about halfway. And as you get farther and farther out on the rose, you're going to want to maybe only go 1/4 of the way around and add some pretty little waves. So I'll start on this petal, and I will maybe not add so many waves to this one. Then the next one, I start about right here. Maybe I'll put some small waves in there, kind of go like that. And then for this one, I'm going to get a little more wavy. I think that's enough petals. I think we should start with some shading now. So, for the shading, you'll want to just be the darkest in the center. So, I would add shading right in here. Be light when you do shading. Don't press real hard with your pencil. This petal right here, you want the shading to be where it touches the inner petals. So you're going to shade down in here. You can use your finger to smudge it. Just keep on shading the most inner part of each petal. This petal here touches the next petal here, so you're going to shade that area. It really helps it to look real when you add shading to a piece of art. The longer you spend on it, the better it will look. Just like anything in life, the more time you put into it, the better. You can turn your paper if it makes it easier to work. Nobody ever taught me how to draw a rose. This is just how I draw a rose, so you could probably draw it any way you feel comfortable, as long as it looks good. Or maybe you want to get real stylized and you want to do your own thing. Do whatever makes you happy. And of course I'm drawing in black and white, or black and cream, because my paper's cream. You can use color. You can use colored pencils. I'm almost done. I see a lot of outlines here. You don't really want to have a lot of outlines, so you can soften things up. You can use your finger like I said. Soften your rose. Make it more natural. Okay. Now the outer petals, we're going to soften them a little more. Don't want to really see a lot of outlines here. It's not really natural to have outlines. So I'm just going to go around and kind of soften every edge that looks sharp. Most of you would probably just stop at this point, but you can add leaves if you'd like. So I think this looks like a nice place for a leaf, and they are very jagged, so kind of just wiggle your pencil to make the jagged outline, and you'll need a center vein. And then they have veins that come out like that. Alright, let's do some shading. I think I'm going to color the whole thing in. Where the leaf is closest to the rose, I will darken it the most. And then darken the middle vein. That'll give it depth. That looks nice. And why don't we add another leaf up here? A smaller one maybe? That looks great. You can add some lines, like, to the rose. Just to make it look more real. Maybe it'd be like petal veins, little lines coming out that you can barely see. I really like that. Yeah, that really adds something when you add little lines coming out. And that's how you draw a rose. Okay, so let's say you want to get fancy and try using a B pencil to make this even darker and more realistic. You want to just darken in all the shadow areas. So you would want to start in here. Choose another petal and darken it. The more shadows and highlights you add, the more realistic your rose will look. So you decide how far to take it depending on how realistic you want your rose to be. You might want it to look cartoony, so you might not want to add so many shadows. You might not want to shade as much. And they make even darker pencils yet. You can even use charcoal. Don't forget to sign your masterpiece. And date it. So do any of you guys want this? If so, just click like and comment below, and I'll pick a lucky winner when I get to 100 likes using random.org. I'll mail it anywhere in the world, so don't worry about that. Thanks for watching!